All right, we got to talk about this. So I got this comment the other day on one of my Nama M1 videos and it made me pause. Because this comment, it's exactly what a lot of people are probably thinking. Here's what they said. Wasting money, $600 blender that only does nut milks? Nuts and seeds are like 12 bucks a pound and I can buy a carton of it in the store for 4 to 5 bucks. Okay, let's unpack this because not only is the Nama M1 not a $600 blender, it actually saves you money big time. And once you factor in the quality, ingredients, and sustainability, store-bought milks just can't compete. All right, let's run the numbers. So 1 pound of almonds is about 4 cups. With the Nama M1, 1 cup of almonds makes about 32 ounces of milk. That means 1 pound of almonds makes 128 ounces or a gallon of fresh almond milk. Now, raw organic almonds on Amazon are usually around 8 bucks a pound, so that's 8 bucks a gallon for homemade milk. Compare that to Califa Farms almond milk, which are about 6 bucks for just 48 ounces. So 128 ounces from the store, that'll run you $16. Now let's break that down. Homemade on the M1, 8 bucks. Store-bought, 16 bucks. Savings, 8 bucks per gallon. If you drink a gallon of almond milk a week, that's $8 saved every week. Over a year, that adds up to $416. If you're buying the MALK brand, it's even more expensive than Califa, coming in at 27 bucks a gallon. So per gallon, your savings per week is $19, and annually you're almost saving $1,000. And here's the best part. The Nama M1 isn't 600 bucks like the commenter said. It's actually $400 retail. Right now, with my limited time $50 discount code, you can get it for just 350 bucks. So in just 11 months, you've covered the cost of the machine with your weekly savings if you're buying the Califa brand, and after that, it's all profit. On top of that, this thing has a 15-year warranty. So if you're using it weekly, you're looking at over $6,000 in savings over time if you're buying the Califa brand. If you're buying the MALK brand, your weekly savings jumps to 19 bucks, which means the Nama M1 pays for itself in just 4.5 months and saves you nearly $15,000 over the next 15 years. That's pretty good for something that also makes the absolute best milk I've ever tasted. Now let's take a look at oat milk. You can get rolled oats for 2 bucks a pound. And making oat milk at home, you're looking at $2 for a total full gallon. That same amount from the store, 16 bucks for Califa. That's $14 in savings per gallon with better ingredients and no junk. And speaking of junk, store-bought milks usually come loaded with gums, fillers, emulsifiers, synthetic vitamins, natural flavors, and sometimes even the dreaded seed oils. And because they're pasteurized, they're basically sterile. No enzymes, no living nutrition, just shelf-stable, plant-flavored water with a fancy label. When you make milk at home, especially with the Nama M1, you're getting a rich, creamy, living milk. Just nuts, water, and whatever spices like cinnamon or vanilla or sweeteners like dates or maple syrup that you want to add yourself. You control the ingredients. Now back to the viewer's comment. Yes, you can technically make milk with a blender and a strainer or a nut milk bag. But let's be real, that process is messy. It takes longer, it's harder to clean, and the milk just isn't as smooth or creamy. Not to mention you end up using more nuts just to get a decent amount of richness, which means you spend more for less quality. With the M1, you get a higher yield, a richer, creamier, and smooth milk, and a way more enjoyable experience from start to finish. And let's not forget the sustainability piece. Store-bought plant milks come in cartons lined with plastic and aluminum. Most of them don't get recycled, and on top of that, you've got the environmental cost of refrigeration and shipping nut water with these heavy cartons across the country. But making your milk at home, no packaging waste, no preservatives, no cold storage, just a reusable glass jar in your fridge. It's cleaner, greener, and honestly, it just feels good. So to the commenter who asked $600 blender, I totally get the skepticism. But once you actually look at the real numbers and think about the long-term value, the Nama M1 just makes sense. You save money, you get way better milk, you avoid additives, you reduce waste, and the machine literally pays for itself in under a year. All right, that's the facts from here and the Juice Feaster point of view, but let me know what you think in the comments. Agree or disagree, I love hearing your thoughts. And hey, who knows, maybe I'll feature your comment next. Also, if you're ready to check out the M1, I've got a $50 off discount code, but it's only available for a limited time. You'll find that in the link right down in the description box below. That's all for now. As always, I appreciate you tuning in, and until next time, make lots of plant-based milks, drink them up, and stay juicy.